Welcome to Backstories, the podcast where we dig deep into the untold tales behind the people, places, and moments that shape our world. Every month, we'll uncover the hidden narratives that inspire, surprise, and challenge us. So, grab your headphones and get ready to journey into the past, one backstory at a time.
Next up, as I shuffle through the cards, is Ryan Dane hitting all 50. Here comes Ryan. Ryan is a repeat storyteller. He's also a member of the Poetry Night,
I am,
right?
yes.
All right, so Ryan Dane hitting all 50.
All right, good evening. So this is called Hitting All 50, and it kind of starts back when I was about 7 years old, maybe 6, when my great-grandmother was still alive. She had mentioned to me that she had hit all 50 states with my great-grandfather at the time. And it sort of inspired me to want to hit all 50 states myself. So I sort of started a little list, which got repeatedly lost and rewritten and repeatedly lost and rewritten growing up. Obviously, 7, 8, 9-year-old couldn't, keep anything in the right place. But eventually coming into adulthood, I had a very good list and a very good understanding of the states that I had already been to, which I counted as actually doing something. Going to a museum, visiting relatives, like you had to actually physically do something. You can't just be like, oh, hi, and then bye, like going to Delaware and whatever, like the tri-states. So, we always did something. Into my 20s, I was about halfway finished. So I actually ended up doing a program called AmeriCorps, which I ended up, which has been defunct, by the way, under the current administration, so unfortunately. But it was a program that I got to do a lot of service with communities and a group, going all over the country, doing all sorts of work, trail work, working in homeless shelters, and anything you can think of that gives back to the community. That's what the service was for. So my first program was out in California. So my mom and I, we drove cross country to California. And while I was there, I knocked out a few other states with that organization. I went to Oregon, and I went to, I did 2 terms. So my second term, I was able to do Arizona and Nevada, which had all been states I had not been to, except driving through the first go around. But then I drove back with my mom after my first round. As I mentioned, my second round was in Colorado, so we didn't get to drive cross country that time, but coming back, we hit a few more states that I didn't get to go to. Now I'm back here in Maryland in the year 2016. 2018, my mom and I did a road trip up north to New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. After that, I had only 5 left. The northern Midwest, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho. I wanted to make sure I got them in the correct order. And I was originally supposed to knock those last 5 out in the year 2020. Something happened. Go figure. So that got delayed till the year. Oh, come on in. You're all right. So that got delayed till the year 2022. And I did that with my dad. And we flew out, and we flew to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and we backtracked into Wisconsin for the day to do some wine country touring and whatnot. The next day, I did the Minnesota State Fair, which if nobody's ever been to, it is fantastic. If you're ever out there during it, I totally recommend it. And from there, we went on. We went on to North Dakota. Didn't really do much until the western part. Saw this country western show in a place called Medora. And the country western show is literally named Medora, so it's a country western town naming their own town. In Montana, we got to visit some grizzly bears at a sanctuary zoo that my dad had some connections to, Glacier National Park. And in Idaho, we did some panning for gold. And that eventually we ended up in Washington State, which I'd already been to, but it was the easiest place to fly back home. But that was my final 5 states that I finally got to knock out, and therefore hitting all 50. So thank you.